You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. Justin slowly moved closer to Chloe. The closer he got to her face, the faster his heart beat. He had never done something like this before. He was really scared. It was like the surprise and excitement of a little boy seeing his beloved toy for the first time. Suddenly, just as he was about to kiss Chloe opened her eyes. "What are you doing?" Justin was shocked. He quickly returned to his seat and adjusted his collar awkwardly. "Sure, Justin. You are actually trying to take advantage of me when I am asleep." "I didn't." "Then what were you doing just now?" "I just want to kiss you." "BS. Kiss me and you call that innocent? Do you think we're in kindergarten?" Chloe glared at him. "What? I just want to kiss you. If you're not happy, you can kiss me back." "Shameless." Chloe rolled her eyes in anger. "Because of you, I can be shameless. But what about it?" Justin looked at her like it didn't matter even if she was going to call him a scoundrel. Chloe looked angry on the surface, but in reality, she couldn't stay angry. She said bitterly, "Justin, you're about to get married, so don't mess with me. If you want to be friends, then be friends with me. If you have any other thoughts, then forgive me for not being able to keep in touch with you. I don't want to become a mistress of a rich family or a third party. I've already learned a lot from my mother. Don't try to coax me like I'm a 3-year-old child. The love between a man and a woman is very simple. If you love me, you should marry me, not sleep with me." Perhaps because she had seen through all the hurt her mother experienced. Her mother had actually come before Lily. It was Timothy who changed sides at the last minute and married Lily for the sake of the family. In the end, Chloe's mother was accused of being a mistress for the rest of her life. Chloe admitted that Justin looked like a nice person, but she didn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. In short, to her, being a mistress was wrong, no matter what reason you had. Justin wanted to laugh, but he didn't want to anger Chloe. Chloe thought too much and misunderstood Justin. She didn't know that Justin was referring to her when he said that he was going to marry. "Don't worry. If I successfully marry the girl I love, I will never come to you again," Justin said seriously. Chloe suddenly felt hurt. Although Justin was right, he sounded a little heartless, but she still felt terrible. "All right, I'm going back now. Drive safely." Chloe opened the car door and was about to get out. Justin immediately ran up to her and asked, "Hey, you're not going to get angry tonight and block me or delete me. You won't be that petty, right?" Chloe didn't say anything and continued walking. "If you delete me and block me, then you're too heartless. You ingrate." Chloe stopped in her tracks and turned around angrily. "I'm an ingrate!" Before she could finish, Justin rushed up to Chloe and gently kissed her lips. Then he ran away. The entire process took less than 5 seconds. By the time Chloe realized what was going on, his car had already started up. "Justin, you BS, you pervert," Chloe yelled angrily. "Thank you for the title. I like it. Good night, Dr. Green." Chloe didn't understand Justin's last sentence. Why did he call her Dr. Green? Huh? Why did he still think that calling her that sounded nice? Was he crazy? She felt like she was dreaming when she thought about how Justin kissed her. She reached out her fingers and touched her lips, feeling a little dazed. After Justin secretly kissed Chloe, he didn't contact her for a few days. Chloe was a prideful girl, so she didn't send Justin any messages. But sometimes, she couldn't help but look at Justin's posts on his friend circle. Unfortunately, Justin didn't post anything these days. Did something happen? Worried, Chloe began to let her imagination run wild. She even went to various entertainment news sites to look for news about Justin, but there was none. What did Justin do during the past 3 days? He was at home and did not even go to the company. He was only at the old mansion of the Cooper family. Then, he turned into a well-behaved child for 3 days, serving his mother, his grandfather, and his father who had just returned. He hadn't contacted Chloe for the past few days because he was planning something big. In the early morning at the Cooper residence. "Tell me, what do you want?" Grandpa Cooper had seen many people in his life, and he knew how to read people's minds. His grandson had been serving him tea for the past few days. He must have a motive. Upon hearing Grandpa Cooper's words, Mr. and Mrs. Cooper couldn't help but laugh. The little brat must have something to ask for. Otherwise, he would not have been so obedient. Heh. As expected, the older the wiser. Grandpa, I do need your help. And from my parents. Then, Justin looked at his parents' expressions. Mrs. Cooper had always doted on her son. He was not worried that she would disagree. However, Mr. Cooper had a bad temper, and he spent less time at home than Grandpa Cooper, so this was a rare opportunity. Justin decided to give it a try. Of course, he wasn't confident either. This place wasn't like the other world. In that world, his parents and grandfather had spent a lot of time with Chloe, so they liked her a lot. However, in this world, no one knew who Chloe was, so suddenly talking about marriage was a bit abrupt. Tell me, what is it? Mr. Cooper looked down as he ate, not even glancing at Justin. Dad, I don't dare to say. Stop dawdling around, be a man. Mr. Cooper's temper was indeed bad. Before Justin could say anything, the old man had already become unhappy. Justin hasn't said anything yet. What are you doing being like this? Mrs. Cooper felt sorry for her son and said a few words to her husband. Justin gritted his teeth. He knew that he couldn't keep dawdling like this. It might backfire. Hence, he put down his chopsticks and closed his eyes. He made up his mind and said loudly, Grandpa, Father, Mother, I want to get married. Upon hearing this, Grandpa Cooper reacted calmly because Justin had given him a heads up. However, it was the first time Mr. and Mrs. Cooper had heard that their son was getting married, and they were shocked. What? You're getting married? How old are you? Mr. Cooper frowned. 28 already, Justin said confidently. 27 years old before your birthday, Father Cooper corrected. That's right. Weren't you the same age when you and Mom gave birth to me? Justin did not give up. It was a different era back then. What era are we in now? Who would get married so early? Have you established your career? Mr. Cooper didn't seem to agree with his son's decision to get married. He didn't even ask who his son was getting married to, but he felt that Justin was getting married too early. After all, many rich second-generation heirs only wanted to get married after the age of 35. Some even had children in their 40s. This was already a common sight. Grandpa Cooper didn't say anything and just drank his soup. Upon seeing his father's attitude, Justin became anxious and retorted, Dad, don't you want a grandchild? What do you mean? The girl is pregnant? Mr. Cooper's eyelids twitched. Justin felt a little awkward, thinking that what he said was too risky. Justin, did you get her pregnant? Mrs. Cooper asked anxiously. Although the Cooper family was a wealthy family, it was a traditional one. They really did not wish for their son to bully a girl. If he really got her pregnant, it would be really difficult. After all, this kind of thing was rather embarrassing for the family. Grandpa Cooper, who was drinking soup, listened attentively. He didn't care about anything else but when he could get a great-grandson. Hey, what are you guys thinking? I mean, if I get married, I can have kids, right? That's weird. I thought you didn't like kids. Mrs. Cooper remembered that her son had been like this when he was a child. He had no patience for babies. It was still the same when he grew up. His relatives and friends came to visit with their children. Justin basically treated them coldly. He didn't provoke them, but he would never go near them either. Mrs. Cooper had once tried to persuade Justin out of worry that he would not want kids in the future. Justin really didn't like children, and it was still the same. But he liked his own children. After all, his own children were the best. Back when the twins were born, Justin was as busy as being a father. Justin was completely devoted to the twins. The twins were about 4 years old when Justin left. Justin had never gotten angry with them before. He didn't know if it was because he wanted to marry Chloe or because he missed Pudding and Little Bean too much. Justin didn't want to drag this on any longer. With Chloe's slow personality, how long would it take for her to get married? Yeah, I don't like kids now either. but I like my own kids." After Justin said that, Grandpa Cooper and Mrs. Cooper both laughed. "I've been watching the news a lot, but I've never seen you in a relationship. Are you going to marry a female artist from your company?" Mr. Cooper kept a straight face. "Of course not. Plus, Dad, entertainment news is all for entertainment. Not many of them are real. Don't believe what they say. Grandpa, help me say something. I mentioned this to you before." Seeing that he couldn't handle his father's interrogation, Justin decided to find help. The old man slowly put down the bowl of soup and smiled. "You sure made a good move. You even gave me a heads up in advance. I was wondering why you suddenly showed me so much respect, so it's because you want me to save you. Grandpa, you love me the most. I want to get married. I want to marry my wife. Anyway, I don't care." Justin decided to play cute with his grandpa. Grandpa Cooper easily succumbed to this. Ever since he was young, if it wasn't against morals or against the law, he would always satisfy Justin. Justin's father. Why don't you listen to the child and let him share about the girl? As soon as old Master Cooper opened his mouth, Justin's father obeyed. "If that's the case, tell me, what's the situation with the other party?" Mrs. Cooper, on the other hand, was very happy. As she stirred her milk tea, she looked at her son and smiled lovingly. "Grandpa, Father, Mother, I'll be honest with you. She's not some rich young lady, nor is she a highly educated PhD graduate, nor does she have a prominent background, nor does she have a decent job. She's just an ordinary girl. She doesn't have fatally attractive looks, nor does she have the ability to act coquettishly or a scheming mind. But I like her. She's my type. The first time I saw her, I thought she was my whole world. She's brave, strong, kind, and righteous. I admire her personality. Yes, she has a very noble personality." Justin said so much in one breath, although he didn't praise Chloe much and only described her as ordinary. But in the end, there was a huge reversal. The general meaning was that she might not be outstanding in your eyes, but she was the girl I loved. Such a long speech shocked everyone. Mrs. Cooper was even a little touched. She felt that someone who could cause her son to make such a big fuss over her should not be a bad person. Did the girl agree yet? Grandpa Cooper remembered that Justin said the other day that the girl didn't agree. "That girl, I think she's interested in me too, but because of our family background, she doesn't trust me. She always thinks I'm the type of person who plays with people's feelings. So, to express my sincerity, I want to marry her. Do you know her?" Mr. Cooper asked seriously. "I do. I've actually known her for a long time and have been observing her. It's just that I've only started to interact with her recently. Since you make it sound so magical, why don't you bring her here someday?" "Let us take a look," Mrs. Cooper said eagerly. "Sure, but you three have to do something for me first." Justin finally revealed his true colors. "What is it?" Mrs. Cooper was surprised. Justin looked at his grandpa and parents. Feeling a little embarrassed, he said, "I hope the three of you can come to that lady's house together and propose to her first. When she has agreed to it, I'll bring her back openly. Propose a marriage?" Mr. Cooper was stunned. "I've never done anything like this at my age." Grandpa Cooper laughed. "Do all three of us have to go? Even your grandfather?" Mrs. Cooper was a little uncertain. "Yes, Grandpa has to go too. Only then can we show our sincerity. And you can't go empty-handed. You have to bring the betrothal gifts." Mrs. Cooper was speechless. "You don't have to worry. I'll pay for the dowry myself. You just have to help me officially propose marriage as an elder. Will you be rejected? If she rejects, it would be so awkward." The old master laughed. "Grandpa, can you not jinx me?" Justin looked helpless. Grandpa Cooper's mischief meant that Grandpa Cooper was in a good mood, so his words meant that he agreed. Mr. and Mrs. Cooper didn't dare to defy his intentions. "Dad, this is too unbelievable. We haven't even seen what that girl looks like, and we are going to propose marriage." "As long as Justin likes it, it's settled." After the old master decided, he walked towards the study room. Before he left, he asked Justin, "When are we going? There's no time to lose. Let's do it this afternoon. She's working a morning shift, so it'll be around 5 o'clock when she gets off work. She will probably take the bus at 6:30 p.m., so we should be at her house around 7. How many cars are we driving? Grandpa Cooper asked Justin seriously like a child. Since it's a marriage proposal, why don't we make it a grand scene? How about 10 cars to make it a perfect number? Mrs. Cooper suggested. No, please don't. Mom, they're all very low-key. Let's not scare them. I plan to drive my Audi A6. Yes, that's true. It's good to keep a low profile. Don't give your future in-laws any pressure. The old man nodded and went upstairs. Father Cooper was still not used to it. Justin, are you serious? If we go and we succeed, and then you go back on your word, I'll break your legs. Before Mr. Cooper could finish, Justin immediately walked up to him. Holding his father's chubby chin, he smiled and said, Dad, I'm begging you this time. I promise that I won't regret it in this lifetime. Even in my next and next lifetime, I won't regret it. Chloe got off work at the same time as usual. When she took the bus, she kept checking her phone. There was still no message from Justin. She felt a little disappointed. It seemed that these sons of wealthy families were indeed unreliable. It hadn't been that long, and he was already tired of the old after kissing her. Besides, she knew her own limits. She was so plain-looking, so she shouldn't be thinking about seducing the rich. Chloe laughed self-deprecatingly. Then, she leaned against the window of the bus, feeling a little melancholic. When she got home, Thomas was already home. He was busy assisting their mother in the kitchen. Sis, you're back? Yeah, Mom made corn noodles today, and braised shredded potatoes and celery. Isn't it appetizing? Thomas smiled mysteriously. Yes, I haven't eaten these in a long time. I'll change into a set of home clothes first. I'll help you guys later. Chloe walked back to her room listlessly. What's wrong with my sister? She doesn't seem to be in a good mood. Thomas asked his mother in a low voice. She must be tired after switching between morning and night shifts. Even I have lost track of it. Sandra looked at her daughter's face and guessed that it was because of work stress. Just as the family was busy and preparing for dinner, they suddenly heard someone knocking on the door. Because it was summer, the whole family had placed a wooden square table under a big tree in the courtyard. However, it was quite old, and the seat was an old-fashioned long bench. Thomas immediately got up to answer the door. When he opened the door, he was dumbfounded. He did not know any of these people. Is Chloe home? Justin asked. Yes, she is. Come in. Thomas opened the door and let the guests in. Chloe tilted her head, and her heart almost stopped when she saw Justin. The problem was that Justin didn't come alone. There were 3 older people behind him. She knew Mrs. Cooper because she had seen her a few times at Southside. So, did Justin bring his family here? At the thought of this, Chloe felt so nervous that she didn't know what to do. Sandra stood up and looked at these strangers, not knowing what to say. Justin self-introduced himself. Hello, Auntie Sandra. My name is Chloe. I'm Chloe's... Justin glanced at Chloe and continued. I'm Chloe's boyfriend. I brought my family here today to discuss my marriage with Chloe. Ah. Sandra felt her brain short-circuiting and couldn't react in time. Cough, cough, cough. Thomas was also coughing violently, wondering what was going on. He remembered that his sister had just broken up with Simon not too long ago, so how did she secretly get another boyfriend? Moreover, looking at this family's attire, they seemed to be quite rich. Wait, what did this guy just say? His name was Justin? Which Justin? Could he be the big boss of Imperial Star? Thomas suddenly felt like his brain capacity wasn't sufficient. Sis, what's going on? Thomas asked Chloe in a low voice. How would I know? Chloe was also confused. Since you're here, if you don't mind, let's have a meal together. But there's nothing much to eat at home, and I didn't have time to prepare. Sandra was good at treating guests, but she felt that the simple meal she made that night didn't seem to be very good. Mom, I'll go to a restaurant and buy some takeouts, Thomas offered. Okay. Sandra then took out $200 from her pocket and handed it to Thomas. Auntie, it's okay. We like corn noodles. Can we sit down and eat together? Justin looked at the food on the table. Of course. Just like that, the 4 members of the Cooper family suddenly joined in. The 7 of them surrounded the table and ate the corn noodles. The old master was very happy and ate 2 big bowls. When I was in the army was stationed in the Northeast. This was the most common food in the canteen. I haven't had this taste in many years. It was handmade by your family, right? Sandra quickly nodded. Yes, Uncle. We made it ourselves. You must be Chloe, right? Mrs. Cooper looked at the little girl sitting next to Justin and looked at her carefully. Upon hearing Mrs. Cooper call her name, Chloe immediately stood up. Hello, Mrs. Cooper. Sit down, sit down. You don't have to be so polite. Don't be nervous. Mrs. Cooper vaguely remembered seeing this child at the hospital. She then thought back to Justin's car accident and the series of subtle reactions after he was discharged from the hospital. Mrs. Cooper immediately understood what was going on. Although this nurse didn't look that delicate, her son definitely liked her for a reason. In-law. To be honest, we're here today to propose marriage. Old Master Cooper had always been swift and decisive when it came to settling matters. He was a man of few words. Therefore, he went straight to the point after taking a sip of water. Sandra was shocked. Justin's father was an honest man. He took out a silver suitcase from behind him. Then, he opened it, and there were piles of cash notes laying inside. In-law, this is $3 million. We all have the custom of giving betrothal gifts in the North. I don't know how much other people give, but because we came in a hurry, we didn't withdraw much. Just treat this as a deposit for the children's wedding. We'll immediately make up for what we need later. Pfft. Thomas almost choked on his noodles. 3 million? A deposit? This wasn't a dream, right? Chloe was also shocked. She didn't care how much the betrothal gift was. She only wanted to know why Justin's family wanted to propose marriage. Why did they call her mother-in-law? What was going on? Chloe secretly stepped on Justin's foot and whispered angrily into his ear, Justin, what's going on? It's exactly like what you have seen, Justin said happily. How dare you trick me? Chloe was furious. It's precisely because I'm serious that I brought my entire family here to propose marriage. If I were to trick you, would I need to use my grandfather? Do you think anyone can meet my grandfather? Justin wasn't bluffing. Grandpa Cooper's military rank was so high that even the governor would tremble in fear. The reason why the Cooper family had been standing strong all these years was that too many people in the family had joined the army and held important positions. Moreover, the Cooper family had never participated in scheming wars. The old master had dedicated his entire life to the country, so he was full of righteousness and confidence. Chloe almost went crazy upon hearing that it was really Justin's grandfather. She had no idea how high Justin's grandfather's military rank was. However, according to the rumors outside, Justin's grandfather often held meetings in the capital city, and he was always with big shots. It was not something that ordinary people could look up to. Mrs. Cooper took out a red cloth bag. It was quite big. She put it in her arms, opened it, and took out the items one by one. In-law, I prepared a dragon phoenix bracelet, necklace, and phoenix crown for Justin a long time ago. Now that we're here to propose marriage, I brought them here and am going to give them to Chloe. If they're happy together, I'll be happy too. Sandra was at a loss for words when she saw the Cooper family's actions. Sandra glanced at her daughter. Chloe was still scolding Justin. But to everyone, it seemed more like they were whispering to each other intimately. Chloe, Sandra coughed and called out to Chloe. Mom, what's wrong? When did you start dating? I had no idea. Now that the in-laws are suddenly here, I'm not prepared at all. How embarrassing. It was obvious that Sandra was very nervous. Although she didn't know Justin's real identity, she heard that his family name was Cooper. Sandra more or less guessed that it had something to do with the Cooper family, the most powerful family in the city. So she placed her hands on her knees nervously and kept trembling. When she was dating Timothy, she often attended banquets for the rich. Although she had seen a lot in her life, after so many years, she suddenly did not know how to face such a situation. Mom, this is actually Chloe wanted to explain. However, Justin cut her off. He stood up and bowed to Sandra. "Auntie Sandra, I'm to blame for this. As paparazzi often take photos of us secretly, I didn't reveal my relationship with Chloe. I was afraid that it would affect her life, so I kept it a secret from my elders. Last night I told my family about the situation. My family agreed with me, so I came here today to propose marriage. I only hope to receive your blessing, Auntie. I will use my life to protect Chloe." Chloe was a little surprised. Even if Justin was acting, he was too good at it. However, if he was acting, it was too much to drag his family in to cooperate with him. Chloe's mind was in a mess. Thomas, on the other hand, secretly searched for Justin's family background on his phone. When he saw these important figures, he was dumbfounded. The old master of the Cooper family was a big shot with a commanding position. He was a hero who could shake up the entire Northern Army. Such a family actually came to propose marriage to his sister? Thomas felt like he was dreaming. Then, he secretly pinched his thigh and almost died from the pain. "Justin, you—" Chloe glared at him angrily. "Chloe, now that things have come to this, let's be honest with them. Only a relationship blessed by the parents can be blissful. Plus, I don't want to make things difficult for you. To prove that I am not just playing around, I want to marry you." For some reason, Justin's eyes turned red at the mention of marriage. Chloe was good at observing people. She couldn't see any trickery in Justin's eyes, and there was only sincerity. Strange. Why was this so? She had only known Justin for less than a month. Yet they were already talking about marriage? The problem was, she had not even agreed to date him yet. Was he trying to rush things? Chloe didn't know whether to laugh or cry. As expected of Justin, he was always so weird and unpredictable. Didn't normal people go through the process of getting acquainted, interacting, dating, getting engaged, and then getting married? Why did they seem to jump from getting acquainted to marriage? There were a lot of missing gaps in between. Thomas gently nudged his mother and secretly showed her his phone. Sandra widened her eyes and stood up immediately. "Chief, Cooper, we're just a small family. I don't know what to do. If I've offended you in any way, please forgive me for not greeting you properly." Sandra never thought that her daughter would be dating a child from the most influential family in the city. The young man's grandfather was a nationally renowned person. Sandra was scared out of her wits. "Madam Sandra, don't be nervous. I'm not here as a general. I'm Justin's grandfather. I'm just an elder. I'm here to discuss their marriage." The old master of the Cooper family was very kind throughout the whole process. He did not have any bearing at all. "But Chief, it's obvious that we're not of the same status. We're not good enough for the Cooper family." Sandra's hands were still trembling. Upon hearing Sandra's words, Mrs. Cooper laughed. "Sis, what era are we living in now? Why do we still need to talk about family compatibility? When I married into the family, Dad didn't make things difficult for me either. Now that his grandson is getting married, all the more he can't make things difficult for him on purpose. One of the Cooper family's principles is that as long as the child likes it, nothing can compare to the mutual love between the two." Mrs. Cooper was a cultured person. She wouldn't get angry easily and was always gentle. Her smile and words made Sandra feel much better. Just then, Chloe suddenly stood up and said apologetically, "Grandpa Cooper, Uncle Cooper, Auntie Cooper, I'm sorry for being rude. I want to talk to Justin alone. Is that okay?" "It's all right. Go on." The old man waved his hand. He knew that young people nowadays were more open-minded. They were full of passion when they were dating. "Justin, come with me." Chloe hooked her finger and led Justin into her room, closing the door behind them. "Chloe, don't be so impatient. I'm not ready yet. How about we fix a marriage date first? You can come to my house on an auspicious day and then your ass." Chloe hit Justin's head, but she didn't use much force. "Why did you hit me? What do you think?" Chloe crossed her arms. "I even brought my family here to propose marriage so sincerely. It's so formal. Didn't people do this in the past?" "Justin, when did I agree to date you? Are you thinking too much?" Chloe was furious. You didn't. But it's okay. We can ignore the details of dating. We can talk about it after we get married. Let's get married first, Justin said confidently. So, are you trying to force me? Chloe glared at him. No, I'm forcing myself on you. After hearing Justin's shameless words, Chloe was so angry that she laughed. Justin, do you believe that I'll stab you to death right now? Chloe tried to scare him. Up to you, as long as you're happy. Justin smiled. Justin, are you crazy? Have you been possessed? Chloe was confused. Maybe, so were you the one who found someone to possess me? Justin, stop it. We can't get married. Why not? Because we don't have mutual feelings as a foundation. We know that better than anyone else. It's going to be more troublesome in the future after we get married, Chloe analyzed logically. It doesn't matter. I have no objections. As long as we get married, I'll listen to everything you say. If you want me to go east, I won't go west. If you want me to raise a dog, I won't rear a chicken. And even if you're on top when we consummate our marriage, I'm fine with it. Justin, you're shameless. Chloe immediately blushed. My madam, lower your voice. The elders are all outside. If you shout like this, they might think that we're doing something naughty in the room. Chloe immediately stopped talking loudly after hearing him say that. Justin, what exactly do you want? Marriage. My goal is obvious. I want to get married and have children. I'm only 24. I don't want to give birth so early. Chloe looked helpless. It's okay. I can wait for you. When you want to give birth, we will give birth. Be good. I won't make things difficult for you. Justin went up to comfort Chloe. Get the hell out of here. You're not here to propose a marriage. I think you're here to bully the common people and force an innocent girl using your family's power. Chloe scolded Justin angrily. You can understand it that way, as long as you're happy. Justin was still smiling. No matter what Chloe said, he wasn't angry. Justin, look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. You're just a stupid son of a landlord. Chloe dragged Justin to the dressing table. Justin looked at the mirror and smiled. The landlord's son sure has good taste. Stop fooling around. Can you bring your family members home? That's impossible, unless Auntie rejects us. Then we'll come back another day. If they have talked well today, our marriage is basically set. Are you forcing a marriage? I am now. I am just following the proper procedures, Justin insisted. Justin, you know we're not compatible. If you don't wear fitting shoes, your feet will get hurt. Do you understand? Whatever the shoe size, I will be that shoe size. I'm completely at your disposal. No matter what Chloe said, Justin wouldn't listen to her. He was determined to get married. Then I'll tell your parents right now that I don't like you. Chloe played her trump card. Justin didn't say anything. Chloe continued. Your family members are all well-educated and reasonable. They don't seem unreasonable, so they will definitely respect my words. Chloe, if you want to do this, then from tomorrow onwards, I can only drive my Lamborghini to Southside every day to send you flowers and lunchboxes. During your night shift, I'll set off fireworks for you at Southside. I'll let the whole world know that you're the girl I like. You're going to be completely shameless, are you? Upon hearing Justin's ideas, Chloe felt like her head was about to explode. After all, she was a low-profile person. If Justin were to publicly display his love for her, she would go crazy. So, why don't you give me a chance? What chance? Chloe glared at him. Marry me. Don't even think about it. Chloe immediately refused. Don't be rash. Listen to me first. We can get married without registering our marriage first. Then we can spend a year together after we get married. If you don't want to, I won't touch you. That way, we can get to know each other better. A year later, if you still think we're not compatible, we can get a divorce. You won't lose anything. If you think it's okay after a year, you can come with me to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get our marriage certificate and we can have a wedding. What do you think? Chloe was tempted by Justin's idea. However, after thinking about it, she felt that something was wrong. Justin, don't you dare lie to me. Isn't this the storyline of those romance novels? I'm not falling for it. Who knows if you will get me drunk and sleep with me one day? By then, I'll be pregnant. Would I not be forced to get married then? Chloe wasn't dumb. Justin's tricks didn't work on her. If you don't agree, then forget it. I still think I should bring my family to visit your house once a week. You. Chloe was angry at Justin pressurizing her, but she couldn't bring herself to hate him. Chloe knew that for a man like Justin to propose marriage so easily, he definitely wasn't being impulsive. The Sue family was not stupid. There must be a reason why they mobilized so many people to propose marriage, right? After talking to Justin for a while, the two of them walked out one after another. At that moment, it was already very lively outside. Sandra and the Cooper family were chatting happily. "What's going on?" Chloe mumbled. Thomas ran over. "Sis, can I brag to everyone that I'm Justin's brother-in-law?" "That's right, but you won't be bragging because it's the truth." Justin raised his chin smugly. Thomas was so excited that he didn't know what to say. He felt like he was floating in the sky. If his sister could really marry Justin, in that case, he could even swagger in school from now on, right? Ha ha. He thought about the last time a senior in his 3rd year of university had a cousin who dated young Master Cruz. Although they had only dated for less than a month, she had earned herself a Maserati sports car. He flaunted this for a whole year. Then, many people secretly said behind his back that this guy's cousin was not dating young Master Cruz. She was just an insignificant model who was played by others. Who did she think she was? His sister's situation was different. The Cooper family had come to propose marriage. If this matter was exposed, how many people would die of envy? The more Thomas thought about it, the more excited he became. Chloe and Thomas returned to the dining table. The corn noodles were all gone. "Grandpa, you sure are not wasteful. You ate quite a few bowls yourself." Justin looked at his grandpa and complained. "What? We're family now. What's wrong with me eating noodles?" Then, Grandpa Cooper looked at Sandra and Chloe. "I say, in-law, why don't you bring the kids to our house tomorrow and we can talk about the wedding? What do you think?" "I'm fine with it. I'll have to trouble the in-laws about this." Sandra actually addressed them as in-laws. Chloe's mind went blank as she tugged on her mother's sleeve. Mom, don't call them in-laws, it's too early," Chloe said subtly. "It's not too early. The wedding date is set for the 9th of next month. The in-laws said that you're getting engaged this weekend." "Huh?" Chloe was shocked again. Just then, Mrs. Cooper stood up and walked up to Chloe. She took out a white silk handkerchief with her right hand. Chloe didn't know much about silk, but when she held it in her hand, it felt very smooth. Mrs. Cooper passed the handkerchief to Chloe. "Child, take this. It was passed down to me by Cooper's grandmother. I heard it's been passed down in the Cooper family for over 100 years. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's a family memorial." Chloe held the handkerchief in her hand and slowly opened it against the wind. Inside lay a white jade bracelet. The color and texture were simply like a rare treasure. If this item were to be auctioned, it would cost at least $100 million. Chloe was so scared that she didn't dare to take it. She hurriedly returned it. "Auntie, this is too expensive. I can't accept it. You have to accept it. As Justin's wife, you have the right to do so." Mrs. Cooper spoke gently, but she said it so smartly that Chloe couldn't refuse. Before Chloe could say anything else, Justin pointed at the jade bracelet. "When my grandmother was still alive, she asked a professional professor to appraise it. This is a tribute from the M dynasty, and it was passed down to my ancestors. My ancestor was a high-ranking official in the Q dynasty, and I heard that there aren't more than 3 of these bracelets on the market right now. One is in the National Museum, and the other is in the hands of the wife of a famous rich businessman in Hong Kong. The other one is in my house, so this bracelet is worth at least $100 million. Chloe, be careful. If you keep pushing and end up breaking it, it'll be your fault." Chloe really felt she was in a difficult spot. This family forced her to get married, and they even resorted to such cruel methods. It really broadened her horizons. When Chloe wasn't paying attention, Mrs. Cooper picked up the jade bracelet and skillfully put it on Chloe's wrist. "Look at how beautiful it is." Justin felt like flowers were blooming in his heart. His mother was indeed smart. Indeed, the older the wiser. As expected, even someone as smart as Chloe was suppressed. Auntie! Chloe held the bracelet in one hand and wanted to say something to Mrs. Cooper. Chloe, that's all for now. It's getting late. We won't disturb you any longer. Tomorrow, you and your family can have dinner at our place, and I'll ask Justin to pick you up. I'll try my best to satisfy all of your requests at the wedding, like which designer's wedding dress you like, and whether you want a European or Western wedding. At this moment, Chloe was on the verge of breaking down. It had only been an hour and a half since she got home from work. How did she suddenly become a member of the Cooper family? She had received a huge sum of money as a betrothal gift and a priceless jade bracelet. She even had to participate in the segment of deciding on her wedding. Chloe thought that if she wasn't crazy, everyone else was. At this moment, old Master Cooper also stood up slightly. In-law, please forgive me for my presumptuous visit today. Uncle, you're too kind. Sandra was really shocked by the Cooper family. The noodles are delicious. You've worked hard today, Justin's father said with a rare kindness. If the in-laws like it, you're welcome to come often in the future. Auntie Sandra, we'll come here often. Then, Justin glanced at Mr. Cooper. Dad, drive my car and take Grandpa and Mom home. You're not leaving? Mr. Cooper looked at his son calmly. I want to stay and wash the dishes, Justin said in all seriousness. Do you know how to? Mrs. Cooper looked at her son and smiled. I'll be able to as soon as I learn it. Justin, you should go home too. I don't need you to wash the dishes. Go quickly. How can you let your dad drive? Sandra felt that it was inappropriate, so she chased Justin home. Okay then, Auntie Sandra. We'll get going first. All right. Drive slowly and be careful. Thomas, bye. Logically speaking, it should be Justin's first time meeting Thomas, but he called him that as if they were very close. Thomas smiled shyly at Justin. Chloe, rest well. See you tomorrow. Justin looked at Chloe gently. Chloe didn't know what to say. After a while, she said, Justin, send me a message when you get home. I need to talk to you. Okay, Chloe. Justin immediately obeyed. When they walked out, Mrs. Cooper jokingly said to Justin, Chloe's words are even more useful on you than mine. Of course, that's why I will be biased towards my wife in the future. Mom, don't be too sad. You little brat. Mrs. Cooper smiled and punched Justin's shoulder. The Cooper family left just like that. Then, Sandra turned around and looked at Chloe. Chloe thought her mother was going to blame her for not saying anything. To her surprise, Sandra only said, The Cooper family is really nice. They don't put on airs at all. Chloe, when you get married, you have to serve your in-laws well. Mom, Thomas, help me bring the Cooper family's betrothal gift inside. Mom, we're rich. It's $3 million. Can you buy me an electric car? I don't want to take the bus anymore. Chloe broke down again when she heard Thomas and her mother's conversation. We can't touch this money. This is your sister's betrothal gift. When she gets married, we have to return it to her. We may be poor, but we can't do anything that people look down on. Mom is right. We can't embarrass sister. We'll talk about it when sister gives birth to a son and stabilizes her position as the young madam. Chloe, shut up! Chloe turned around angrily. Within a short while, Thomas had already made up a story about her child. After Justin got home, things didn't end that simply. The Cooper family had a small family meeting. Grandpa Cooper was the first to speak. What do you think of that child? Tell us. Justin immediately became nervous. He knew that even if everyone objected, he wouldn't be afraid. However, if his family said that they didn't like Chloe, he would still feel uncomfortable. I think that child is quite reliable. Although she's young, her aura is not bad, Mr. Cooper commented. Mrs. Cooper smiled. She looks a little ordinary, but it's good that she's smart. Our Cooper family doesn't want you to marry a pretty Vasback. The most important thing is that she has substance. For Justin to like her so much, she must have something special about her. The bracelet I gave her today represents my stand. Mom, I love you. Justin excitedly ran over and hugged Mrs. Cooper. Just a moment ago at Chloe's house, Mrs. Cooper smiled and asked Chloe to accept the bracelet, just as she was about to reject it. Justin was extremely touched. It was all thanks to his mother. I'm fine with her as well. I heard she's a daughter of the Green family. Grandpa Cooper only used the word daughter and not illegitimate daughter. What kind of person was Grandpa Cooper? If he wanted to investigate someone, he would even be able to find out all of their ancestors. Justin immediately explained nervously, "Grandpa, you can't blame her for that." "I know. Let me finish. We don't want to interfere with the Green family's business, and it doesn't matter if they acknowledge her as their daughter or not. We are letting this child marry in. Justin, we agree to your marriage, but you know that I've been in the military for a long time. I only have one request. Go ahead, Grandpa. You're never allowed to get a divorce, and you're not allowed to fool around outside. I have never interfered with your behavior before you are married. After you get married, you have to act like a man and be responsible." "Grandpa, I promise I'll do it. I only have this one wife in my life. I won't do anything to let her down, nor will I do anything to bring shame to our family." Justin fell to his knees and swore to God. Mr. and Mrs. Cooper had never seen their son so serious before. "Okay, get up. I hope you are not doing it on a whim. Managing a marriage is also a skill. You still have a long way to go. Take your time." Grandpa Cooper's last sentence was extremely meaningful. The Cooper family had no objections to Justin's marriage. After all, Justin had always been reliable. They were definitely determined about this marriage. According to past practices, the wealthy families would definitely object to such a marriage. But how could Grandpa Cooper not know his grandson's temper? Grandpa Cooper didn't want to make things difficult for Justin. He wanted Justin to follow his heart when it came to marriage. The most important thing was that the Cooper family was already very powerful. They simply did not bother to have a marriage with other rich families. Therefore, an ordinary girl like Chloe had already been tested by the Cooper family. Of course, the only advantage she had was Justin's passionate love for her. But she still didn't know how much Justin loved her. After leaving the Cooper family mansion, Justin drove away. Chloe sent several snap messages, but Justin did not reply. "Chloe, are you there? Get out here." Chloe, "Justin, stop playing dead. What's going on?" Chloe, "Justin, if you don't reply, I'll blacklist you immediately." Justin immediately replied, "Chloe, come out for a second." Justin, "Get dressed and come to your door right now." Chloe, "For what?" Justin, "I am going to take you out for supper. You didn't even eat a bite of noodles just now. I also didn't, so I'm starving. My grandpa and the others are full, but we missed dinner like idiots." Chloe, "You're still thinking about eating at a time like this?" Justin, "Whatever you are unhappy about, you can vent at me when you see me, okay?" After a moment of silence, Chloe put on her clothes and left. It was a summer night in the north, and the temperature was still a little low. Therefore, Chloe wore sportswear, a long-sleeved black sports jacket, loose red sweatpants, and white sneakers. This outfit was trendy, but it was from a small brand. It was almost 10 o'clock when Chloe went out. Thomas and his mother had already gone to sleep. In order not to disturb their sleep, Thomas and Chloe had their own rooms. Her mother had been living in a small bedroom that was built later on. She was used to it. Chloe opened the door and saw Justin's black Audi parked outside. "Get in the car." Justin waved his hand, and Chloe sat in the passenger seat. "What do you want to eat?" "You." Chloe glared at Justin with a straight face. Justin immediately smiled shyly. "I don't think that's a good idea. We're not married yet. Plus, this car is too small. What are you thinking?" Chloe didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "Didn't you say you wanted to eat me?" Justin tilted his head and started acting cute. "Justin, you're so dirty. I can't even communicate with you. It's okay. You can use body language." After Justin said this, Chloe immediately pinched him hard, causing him to grimace in pain. "Don't misunderstand. Chloe, what I mean is, you can use your hands to gesture to me. You're overthinking. Stop talking nonsense. I know what you're thinking." Chloe glared at Justin. Then, "Madam, shall we go and eat first? After we're done eating, I will let you torture and punish me." Chloe didn't say anything. She turned around and looked out the window. Justin slowly started the car and asked, "What do you want to eat?" I don't have much of an appetite. You can look around. Chloe really couldn't eat anymore. Too many things had happened in one night. Okay, let's go eat some spicy hot pot, Justin said with a smile. Just then, Chloe took out a jade bracelet from her pocket. Justin, I don't want this. Give it back to Auntie for me. Why? Justin's expression darkened. Because it's too expensive, and I didn't say that I would become Cooper family's daughter-in-law. Chloe felt that Mrs. Cooper would not let her explain anything, so she had no choice but to give it to Justin. Justin felt bad. Is this how you trample on our family's sincerity? I'm really... Chloe, you're a smart person and you don't like hypocrites. So, can you tell me, is it because you have not forgotten Simon? Of course not. Then you don't like me at all. This question was actually quite vague. After all, no matter how smart a person was, they wouldn't be able to confirm if they had fallen for someone, especially if they hadn't established a relationship. If you say that you don't like me, then I'll take the bracelet and send you home right now. Then, I'll take away the betrothal gift and apologize to your mother. Then, I'll go home and apologize to Grandpa and the others. I, Justin, like you very much, but I don't want to force you. Justin, take back the bracelet first. We'll talk about the rest later. Chloe felt that this $100 million bracelet was too extravagant. She didn't even dare to wear it. Justin glanced at the bracelet. With his left hand on the steering wheel, he picked up the bracelet with his right hand, opened the car window, and was about to throw it out. Chloe quickly grabbed him. Justin, what are you doing? Chloe was scared out of her wits. Such a fragile thing would probably break into pieces after being thrown out, right? I am going to throw it away. Justin looked silly and naive. Chloe frowned and grabbed onto Justin's hand tightly. Are you crazy? This is your family heirloom. It doesn't matter. If you don't marry me, I won't marry anyone else in a muddle. I can't pass on my grandmother's heirloom anymore, so I should end my thoughts here. You... Chloe wanted to say something but didn't know what to say. Sometimes Justin's words could anger you to death, but you had no other way. Chloe knew that Justin had a lot of money, and he didn't care about money. If this thing really broke, it would be a huge loss. Forget it. Forget it. I'll keep it for you. Chloe was afraid that Justin would foolishly destroy the bracelet, so she quickly grabbed it from his hand, carefully wiped it, and placed it in her pocket. She lowered her head to wipe the bracelet, but she missed the smug smile on Justin's face. Haha, he knew it. Chloe would take the bait. It seemed like when Justin returned to this world with his IQ at an older age, if he was lucky, he would be able to tie with the 24-year-old Chloe. Of course, he would not bear to ruin his grandmother's things. He only did that because of Chloe's actions, but he didn't expect her to take the bait. The truth was, Chloe didn't think that Justin was only doing it on purpose. However, she did not want to take the risk of destroying this priceless treasure. Of course, the main reason was that she had good feelings towards Justin. Otherwise, even if Simon came to propose marriage with the Dragon Spring sword, she would kick him aside. Chloe thought Justin would take her to Ashin's ramen. Unexpectedly, Justin drove the car into a very remote alley. Then, she vaguely saw the light from a small shop. There were also 2 or 3 tables of customers at the entrance. You can even find this place? You're amazing. Chloe expressed her admiration. This was also originally an old city area. It was filled with small alleys. These alleys were places that even navigation systems couldn't find because the roads didn't have names. Of course, Justin had done his homework and sent someone to find them. He really didn't like eating these snacks, but Chloe liked them. Right now, Justin only had one principle: anything to keep Chloe happy. 2 of you, what would you like to eat? An old granny asked kindly. 2 pancakes and 2 bowls of beef vermicelli soup. Okay. Then, Granny turned around. Justin found a small wooden table in the corner and sat down. He even wiped Chloe's chair with a napkin. Chloe sat down and looked around the store. Why didn't I know of this place? It's so magical. A few of my buddies introduced it to me. They said it tasted authentic. The granny is from Anhui, and has been married to the North for more than 40 years. After coming here, although she's used to the customs here, she misses the traditional taste in her hometown. It's said that this sesame pancake and beef soup are both specialties of Anhui. I've never eaten them before. I don't know if we Northerners are used to eating them. Try them first. Chloe nodded. Before eating, Justin even told her such a story. Chloe was in a really good mood. It was easy for her to feel happy eating at a small store like this, especially when she was hungry. The truth was, Chloe also liked corn noodles. However, the Cooper family's actions that day scared her so much that she didn't even dare to eat a bite. Her stomach had already started to growl. Shortly after, steaming hot soup and sesame pancakes were served. Chloe picked up her chopsticks and said, "Let's eat our own food and not look at each other." Then, Chloe lowered her head and ate like a tomboy. It wasn't rough, but it wasn't elegant either. Justin took out his phone and gently took a photo of Chloe. Snap. The sound of the camera echoed clearly in her ears. "Justin, what are you doing?" Chloe looked up warily. I'm taking a picture of the old lady behind you. Get lost. I don't believe you. Show me your phone. No. Bring it over. No. I'm going to throw a bowl of beef soup at your face," Chloe threatened. Justin suddenly shouted, "Everyone, come and see. My fiancé is going to pour beef soup on me. She's trying to murder her husband." As soon as Justin shouted, everyone around them looked over. Chloe immediately blushed. "Justin, lower your voice. Are you looking to die?" At this moment, a table nearby laughed and lamented. Young people these days really like to show off their love. They show off their affection for each other at the drop of a hat. Singles like us have really suffered a huge blow. Chloe didn't know whether to laugh or cry after hearing what they said, but she temporarily forgot about the photo. The two of them ate until they were full. Even someone like Justin, who had tasted many delicacies, felt very happy. Of course, it was because he had eaten with Chloe. Justin felt like he couldn't go to Zin's ramen with Chloe anymore. Although Jack wasn't in this world, it was still a place that Jack and Chloe commemorated in another world. He couldn't do something so immoral. Therefore, he planned to use this beef soup shop as a place that he and Chloe would often visit. It was also known as their memorial place of love. It was almost 11 p.m. by the time they finished supper, and Chloe was already feeling sleepy. Justin drove her home. "Chloe, I'll pick you guys up tomorrow and have dinner at my place." Justin was very nervous when he said this because he was afraid that Chloe would refuse. Chloe smiled and changed the topic. "Justin, hand me your phone." "For what?" "I want to see the photo." "No." "Give it to me, or else you won't be able to leave. This is my territory." Chloe put her hands on her hips and pretended to put on a strong aura. Seeing how cute she was, Justin couldn't help but laugh. "Are you trying to ask me to stay the night?" "I can consider that." "Stop your nonsense. Take it out and I'll spare your life." "How about this? I'll give you my phone if you let me kiss you once." That shameless face is back. "Then why don't you give me a kiss? We're family anyway, so it's fine for us to kiss each other," Justin said without any shame. When Justin wasn't paying attention, Chloe took a few steps forward and grabbed his phone. Justin reacted faster and took the opportunity to kiss Chloe on the cheek. "Justin." Before Chloe lost her temper, Justin started the car and drove away. "Hey, your phone!" Chloe shouted as she held up Justin's phone. "I am leaving my phone with you for safekeeping. I'll let you play with it for a day." Then, Justin drove off. Chloe didn't know whether to laugh or cry as she took Justin's phone home. When she got home, she tried to keep her movements soft, afraid that she would wake up her mother and Thomas. After Chloe returned to her room, she was too lazy to shower. She quickly washed her face, changed into her pajamas, and lay down. Then, she took out Justin's phone and tapped on the screen. On it was a 6-digit password. Chloe immediately felt like she was being played. His phone had a password. How was she going to look at it? While she was fretting, she typed in 123456. Unexpectedly, she guessed the password correctly. At that moment, she suddenly felt like she had won the lottery. Then, Chloe eagerly turned on Justin's phone and entered the photo album. Chloe froze upon seeing the photos. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.